Hello again, Card Media. It's RJ back with another video. Let's get to it. Today's random Mike Schmidt item of the day doesn't really feature Mike Schmidt, so to speak. These are the 1981 Topps insert cards. The 1981 Topps cards that are part of the base set that highlighted what happened in the postseason the previous year. So this is a highlight of what happened in 1980 in the postseason. The Royals beat the Yankees in the American League to get to the World Series. The Phillies beat the Astros to get to the World Series. I don't know if this is Mike Schmidt or not. I can't ever tell. There were other guys bearded up like that during the season, but I'm going to guess that's Mike Schmidt. Then it's a card that basically proclaims the Phillies beat the Royals in 6, which did happen, and then the Phillies win their first World Series. So I keep these in my binder of Mike Schmidt cards only because I like to celebrate the fact that we did beat the Royals in the World Series. But you know, one of them, at least I think one of them does have. I think Tug's card here, yeah, this one does have a little bit of a stats on the batters and whatnot. So this one does have some Schmidt info on the back of it, but I just like to have these in my Schmidt collection to remember the 80 World Series that he won the MVP award for. So that's why I keep these 4 cards, that even though this one's all about the Royals, but it reminds me of what happened in the World Series in 1980. So I keep those in my Mike Schmidt collection. Today's random baseball collectible, just a little ballpark giveaway featuring the best mascot in the world, the Phillie Phanatic. This one here is a bank, you know, one of those child's banks. Got a little slot in the top, a little plunger on the bottom. AMP in 2003 were the sponsor of this little giveaway, and it's just the Phanatic standing by his locker. Supposedly, he's got a little bauble of himself with a glove, a Phillies hat, a banjo for Lord knows what reason. I'm not sure if that's a baseball or a hacky sack, and I have no idea what some of these things are. I don't know. Oh, the plunger, that little plunger-like thing, that is his hat-smashing gizmo. Like, he will do that often. He'll bring a batting helmet from the opposing team we're playing, put it in front of their dugout. He'll, like, park right in front of their dugout, dance around the hat for a while with this little flat little plunger kind of thing, and then he'll smash the batting helmet with that little thing here. So that's what that is. And then he's got a change of shoes. So this is the Phanatic Locker. Citizens Bank is the park at which they play in. They could have even been the sponsor, because this might have been that might have been the people who marketed this thing. I don't know. But anyway, my Phillie Phanatic giveaway bank is the highlight of today. Today's trivia question is a Dave Winfield trivia question. We're getting into uncharted territory with me again later on. So I wanted to talk to you about Dave Winfield and give you a quick trivia question. Dave Winfield was originally, if you know who he was originally played for, he was drafted by a Major League Baseball team. He was also drafted in 2 other sports. Now, I gave you the one, I said baseball. Obviously, he's a baseball player. By what team was he drafted in baseball? Then, by what team was he also drafted in another sport? And by what team was he also drafted in a 3rd sport? So, clearly he was drafted into baseball because he ended up in the Baseball Hall of Fame, so he must have played baseball. What team drafted him? And then, according to my records and what I could find, there was 2 other sports in which he was drafted, and of those 2 other sports, I saw a record that said he was drafted by 2 different teams in that sport. I can't confirm that, but that's the record I have. So you're going to have to give me 6 answers. what were the 3 sports he was drafted by? I'm giving you baseball, so that's one of the 6. And then what were the 3 teams? And one of those sports, apparently there were 2 teams to choose from. So all I'm looking for is, if it was baseball, I'm going to be absurd just to not tip my hand. If it was baseball, horse racing, and NASCAR, give me the teams. That's a little kind of silly because they have teams in those sports. But let's say it was baseball, rugby, and soccer. Give me the sports and the teams that he was drafted in. And I will return to you 5 Dave Winfield collectibles. So, starting with the latest and working my way back, copy of his 1993 Topps card when he was with the Blue Jays. He actually didn't play in the World Series in 93 against my Phils, but he was with the team in 82 when they won the World Series. A 1992 Topps record breaker card. If you look over here, he became the oldest player to hit for the cycle, which is kind of cool. Then there is his 1992 Upper Deck insert card that features him hitting his 400th home run. Then there is his 1988 scorecard, shows him with the Yankees still. And then lastly, something most of you may not have, the Topps Rub Down from 1985. Just got a headshot of Dave Winfield in this case, but you can see down here, Topps Chewing Gum 1985. So tell me the 3 sports and 3 teams for which Dave Winfield was drafted long ago, and I'll send you those Dave Winfield cards. So today what I want to show off is another opening. We're doing another pack rip here of some odd cards that I got from John Jabs over at the Passes Alive in that bulk box of random wax packs many, many moons ago. This one I'm a little worried about. You and I are going to delve into this together because these cards look atrocious. I mean, the packs look terrible, and just by feeling them, they really feel like they're all bricked up. Because let me take a look and show you what I got here in front of me. I got the 1992 Pacific NFL. It's like 1992 NFL Pacific Plus Pro Football 14-player cards. It's a super high gloss series. Listen, you can hear that? They're all bricked up inside there, so I'm not sure what I'm going to find. Again, I'm doing this because I love to rip packs. I am not a football fan. Anybody out there, look, even the, you know what, it's saran wrapped inside the pack, I think. No, maybe not. I am not a football fan. I watch the game, but I don't follow it, I don't collect it. So if anybody out here wants these cards when I'm done, just send me a, hey, can I have the cards? And I'll send them out to you. Yeah, they're all bricked up. So if you want the cards, you can have them, but I have no idea what we're going to get, what condition these cards are going to be in. So let's find out. So we got Rich Gannon, quarterback. Not too bad, actually. Doesn't look like it's hurting too bad. Rich Gannon. I have no idea if these players are any good. Oh, there's a little bit of a, you see there, a little bit of a loss. So we might get a lot of nastiness through if I go through these cards, but we'll see. Marv Cook for the Patriots. I have no idea who that guy is. Dalton Hillard, maybe. I don't know. Pepper Johnson from the Giants. Tony Stargell. I wonder if that's Dave, or wonder if that is Willie Stargell's kid. I do not know. Tony Stargell. Jesse Hester. Nick Lowery. Jeff Gossett. Dale Hatcher. Sammy Smith. Al Noga. I don't even know any of these. I watched football back in the 80s, and I don't know any of these guys. Leonard Russell. Sam Miles, and Leonard Marshall. So that's one pack. I got about 10 packs over here. Gonna open them up. I just want to get them out of my inventory and on to somebody else who might want them. Really, if anybody out there wants these cards after I open them all and show you what I got, please tell me. I would love to send these to you. Would love it. I do not want them for my own collection at all. So I got one of the random Largent cards here. High Steppin', it says. You see down here, it is number 3 of 9. I don't know if they hold any value. You know, maybe there's a random insert. Maybe there's a random auto we'll find, because this is 92. This is when autos started getting put into cards. So Henry Rowling, Steve Wallace, Eugene Robinson. I'm telling you, I don't know any of these names at all, guys. Paul Gruber, Joe Jacoby, Alton Montgomery, Dexter McNabb. I wonder if that's like Donovan's older brother or something. Clyde Simmons. Even since he's an Eagle, I recognize the name, but barely. Anthony Thompson, Ernie Mills, Steve Hendrickson, James Williams, Tony Woods, and Vinny Testaverde. Okay, now Vinny Testaverde is a name I've heard of. I'm not that bad, guys. So, so that's 2 down. I'm hoping there's somebody out there who might want these cards. Otherwise, they'll go in my bin of things to give away for free at the yard sale down the road when I finally get around to doing that, which I hope is sooner rather than later. So we got Ron Brown, Jeff Cross, Todd Scott, Pat Harlow, Rick Jackson. Yeah, Ricky Jackson. I've heard of Ricky Jackson. Stephen Baker, Brian Washington. A lot of these have some severe image loss or defects because of the bricking, so bear that in mind if you want these cards. Mike Pryor, Mark Vlasic, Jeff Jager, Jackie Slater, David Griggs, Henry Thomas, and John Vaughn. See if we can get a couple more of those Steve Largent insert cards. Again, apparently there were 9 of those, and I got, what was number 3 of 9 or something there for that one pack. So I don't think we're going to get all 9 if I've only got like 10 packs to open here. But you never know what we will find. So Harold Green. This one looks like it's got some kind of damage up there. James Jones. Ken Willis. Yeah, this guy was Dan Ding Corner. Vance Johnson. These guys are really stuck together at the corner. They got all damaged a bit. Willie Green. Tony Mandarich. Bo Orlando is a name. It's got the old Houston Oilers. Tells you how old these cards are. Tim McIyer. Leon Seals. Wendell Davis. Mitchell Price. Mike Bob. Emmett Smith. Okay, there's a name I know. I mean, I got an Emmett Smith card. Looks to be in pretty good shape, too. If you're an Emmett Smith fan, that's something. Another pack to go. The Eagles are terrible this year. I did watch them when they were going to the Super Bowl series. When they went on the road to the Super Bowl, big fan of that. I actually got a autographed copy of Nick Foles' book, Patrick Rowe, but I am not a guy who pays much attention. James Joseph pays much attention to football. I just am not. Lewis Sharp, Aaron Jones, Gary Plummer, Dave Waymeyer, Brian Millard, Charles McRae, Chip Lowmiller, Sean Moore, Saran Stacy, Brad Goebel, Eric Swan, and Keith Willis. Yeah, I'm a Philly fan, so I will follow all the Philadelphia teams when they get good, but I don't watch really any sport other than baseball. I don't collect certainly any other sport but baseball, even though I may have random other sport items in my collection. They're, just biding time until I can get rid of them for something better baseball related. John Carney, Dexter Carter, I recognize that name. Grant Easel, Mark Carrier. Emmett Smith is like the biggest name I've known. Okay, Art Monk I know. There's a guy I know, I've heard that name well. Nate Odoms, Emmett Smith and Art Monk are like the two biggest names I know. Keith Byers, now that's a guy I remember from the Eagles. He was great. Johnny Johnson, Eric Green, obviously Steve Largent I know. John Freeze, Mike Kofer, Jacob Green, and Reggie Cobb. So there's a couple, very few names that I'm even familiar with, which is kind of crazy because when I was younger, I did watch, football, late 80s, early 90s. I was still going to college, and, you're in college, all your buddies are into sports, so you're into sports. And I was paying attention to football those days, but I don't know half these guys, I'll tell you. Drew Hill, Chris Hinton, James Lofton, I know. Jay Hilgenberger, Anthony Munoz, Reggie Langhorne, Jack Del Rio, I know that name. Mike Horan, Eric Kramer, Chris Jackie, Bruce Matthews, Mike Ken, Frank Reich, and the last one I saw, William Perry. Everybody knows the Fridge. So he's a big guy. Look at the size of him. Ugh. He's a large human. Got a couple more here. If you look at the thing, like I said, it said on the front, look for Largent details on the back, and then on the back, 9-card Largent set, Legends of the Game. Yeah, you can get, there are 1,000 personally autographed Steve Largent cards. So hey, there's a chance we can pull a Steve Largent autographed card. Wouldn't that be fantastic? I think it would be, but honestly, I don't even know if Steve Largent's autograph is particularly valuable in the world. I'm sure it has some value. He's probably a Hall of Famer, but I don't know. Eric Motton, John Taylor, Cortez Kennedy, I know that name, I don't know why. Lawrence Dawsey, Gerald Riggs, Brian Baldinger, I heard that name. I thought he was like an announcer or something like that afterwards. Patrick Rowe, what is that uniform? Oh, he's a draft pick kind of a guy. This is like a draft pick card, prospect card. James Joseph again, I got him earlier. Louis Sharp, got him earlier. Looks like we're getting some doubles already. I only got like 10 packs, and I'm already getting a pack that's almost exactly the same double. Gary Plummer, Dave Weimar. Yeah, almost every one of these is the same as before. Well, that's kind of stinky, especially when I've got like 10 packs. Well, you can't be choosy, I suppose, but I'll complain. Kind of organizing here. Don't know what to do with these cards when I'm done. So please, if you want them, please tell me, and I will quickly send them over to you. I am not interested in holding on to these cards. I have no desire to start a football card collection. Eric Kramer again. Chris Jake again. Bruce Matthews again. Mike Ken again. Frank Reich. All these cards are like doubles. There's Perry again. That's insane. Oh, green. How many? Are there like 10 cards in the set or something? What's going on here, guys? I don't know. This was, if it was 92, this was like the Randall Cunningham era too. I didn't see a Randall Cunningham. You know what it is? I think these are all, they did do this in series 1 and 2, so I'm still ripping series 1 packs. I do have a couple packs of series 2 now to get into, so maybe I'll hit some other ones there. That was the end of the series 1. That was the end of the Largent insert. I don't think I'm going to get Largent inserts in the next one. So, oh, you know what it is? Oh, I'm going to keep going here just because I want to rip them all. That was the extent of my football packs, okay? That was it. I got one of the 9 insert cards for the Largent. Got no autographs, but they all came in this pack like here. And then I noticed there was these packs too. And I was like, let's keep going. Maybe this is a second edition. No, then I saw this right here. This is a soccer pack. I'm just going to keep going, people. I'm just going to keep on going with you and do the rest of the soccer cards because there's only 3 of them. Now, I have no idea. I know that, you know, some of these older cards from the 90s are starting to get some value if you get some of the really good players because there weren't a lot of trading cards of these players at the time. I have no idea. You talk about soccer people, I haven't a clue about these names. You know, Pele, I know. That's about it. So, Zoltan Toth, Theo Kulzdom. Now, these are all American soccer, so these would probably definitely not have any value because they're all American soccer players, and the best players play internationally, I know. Paul Dougherty, Ralph Black, Terry Rowe, Bruce Savage, All-Stars, Joe Papilio, Kim Rotvend, Mike Fox, and Trevor Dawkins, who's a coach. So that's one of 3 packs of soccer cards I have. Those didn't stick together, even though it said it's like, if you read there, it's a super high gloss. It's not as bad as the football cards. So these do not stick together. That helps. And again, I have no idea. Because they're Major League Soccer, I don't think they have the value you're going to get from international soccer cards. Eloy Salgado, David Doyle, Fernando Clevio, David Hagen, Emil Dragicevic, Don Newman, the coach, Joe Waters, Borgia and Clavio, MLB All-Stars, Hank Henry, Doug Neely, Beto. Really, maybe this is somebody with just one name. Maybe they're pretty good. I don't know. But there's Beto, and then Rick Snyder. You guys have to tell me if I'm looking at something that's worth anything, because I have to assume they're not worth squat. But, you know, what do I know? I'm a baseball-only kind of a guy. Last pack mojo, Kevin. Last pack mojo. Here we go. Roderick Scott. Tony Glavine. Thompson Uzion. Zoran Carrick. Chris Haywood. Michael Collins. There's another one-name guy. Kia. I'm not sure if he's anybody, but there's Kia. Jimmy McGuff, Chris Simon, Mike Powers, Kays Sibieski, and Paul Pescioli. I'm just going to show you the name. Pescisolito. Looks like he got a broken arm there, too. All right, so that is the extent of my old school ripping for the day, people. I'm almost done with that big box from John over at Passes Live, going through all the stuff. I've almost finished it up. I want to say thanks for sticking with me if you did, if you managed to stick with me through the break. Don't forget the Dave Winfield trivia question. By what 3 sports and for what 3 teams was he drafted coming out of college? So be the first person to email me the answer. Again, the email is always in the description below, along with a repeat of the question. So send out an answer to that question, and I'll send you those 5 Dave Winfield cards, plus a nice little rub down for your collection if you so choose. That's all I have for today. Thanks for stopping by. Please consider liking, subscribing, commenting, and all that jazz. Again, thanks for taking time out of your busy day to visit with me. Hope you enjoyed it, and take care.